It's Friday, January 24th, and today I'm just wondering if Jerry doing nothing means he's already decided to do something.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Eyeing retirement? Let us show you how to turn your nest egg into a paycheck with half the amount you've been led to believe. Fluent Financial combines in-house portfolio design and risk management with income-generating investments designed to accelerate your financial independence. Let us develop an effective portfolio strategy that works for you so you can retire sooner and have a better lifestyle. Fluent Financial can also implement a program that allows business owners to install a cash balance plan, which is designed to help drastically reduce income tax payments. You've worked hard to become successful. Let us develop an effective portfolio strategy that works for you. Learn more today about Fluent Financial. Retire sooner, better lifestyle. For more information or to schedule a meeting, visit fluentfinancial.com or call 972-852-4800.
In the past 10 days, the Dallas Morning News columnists and beat reporters have suggested that the next Dallas head coach could be Deion Sanders, the Colorado head coach, or Kellen Moore, the Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator, or Brian Schottenheimer, the Cowboys offensive coordinator the last couple of years, or Pete Carroll, the former head coach of Seattle. Meanwhile, Dallas has also interviewed former head coach Robert Saleh and former head coach Leslie Frazier. But they're both minorities, and the league requires you to interview at least two minorities when you have a head coaching opening. There's something quite sad about that, isn't there? At any rate, meanwhile, the top candidates for head coaching jobs in the National Football League are zooming off the board. Detroit offensive coordinator Ben Johnson has gone to the Bears. The Lions defensive coordinator and former Cowboy player Aaron Glenn, he's gone to the Jets. God bless you, Aaron. The Jacksonville head coaching job looked like it was going to Liam Cohen. Then that Tampa Bay offensive coordinator withdrew from consideration. But then Jacksonville fired their general manager, and now Cohen's back talking to them. I think we understand what Cohen's problem was initially with Jacksonville. And one of the best former head coaches, Mike Vrabel's off the boards. He's gone to New England. And by the way, to my knowledge, none of those four top candidates for head coaching jobs even tipped his hat toward Dallas. So, what's Jerry doing? Well, come to think of it, that's what we've been asking for the last 29 years. What's Jerry doing? But the Cowboys, by the way, next Tuesday, January 28th, is the 29th anniversary of the Cowboys winning Super Bowl 30 over the Pittsburgh Steelers by the score of 27-17. And not since that game have the Cowboys even been back to an NFC championship game, much less a Super Bowl, much less winning one. Jerry's not tipping his hand. There's no whispers coming out of the Star. Why is Jerry doing nothing? Well, perhaps it's because Jerry already knows the something he's going to do. If Jerry wanted to name Deion the head coach, it'd be done by now. Ditto for Brian Schottenheimer, or Pete Carroll, or for that matter, Saleh or Frazier. It could easily be done now if any one of those were the top candidate for the head coaching job. But Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator for Philadelphia, that could not have been done now. You see, Kellen's still working. He'll be offensively coordinating the Eagles against Washington this weekend. And then, if the Eagles win, oh, that would drive Jerry crazy. If the Eagles win, then it'd be a couple more weeks before Kellen Moore could be announced by anybody as their next head coach. Perhaps, though, Jerry knows what he wants to do, and this is it. Kellen Moore. Or there is Washington offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury, who's told everyone he won't interview for any head coaching job while he's still working on the present job he has, and that's coordinating the Washington offense against Philadelphia on Sunday. And if Washington wins, it'll be 2 more weeks before Kingsbury would talk to anybody. Oh, geez, if Washington wins, that'll drive Jerry crazy. And the more quiet things are at the Star, perhaps that does mean that Jerry knows exactly what loud announcement he's eventually going to make. Next, a quick look at the AFC and NFC championship games this Sunday.
In 1993, Bob opened the original Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon Avenue. 32 years later, the original Bob still greets you at the original Bob's. And now his sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch has opened in McKinney. Same fantastic beef and fresh seafood at these 2 Bob's, each run by the Bob's Steak and Chop House.
The 2025 Cadillac Optique has arrived at Crest Cadillac, and it's a game changer. Huge curved display inside, available Super Cruise for hands-free driving, and all the latest savvy tech. It's like driving the future. The new 25 Cadillac Optique is gorgeous, sleek, modern Cadillac look. It's also super practical with tons of cargo space, and you can lease any 2025 Cadillac Optique this month and pay no sales tax. Visit Crest Cadillac to test drive an Optique today, off 121 on the tollway in Frisco, or online at CrestCadillacTX.com. Live your Crest life. The Super Bowl opponents will be decided Sunday. First, it's Washington at Philly. Philadelphia favored 6. It's going to be a balmy day in Philadelphia. Temperatures in low 40s and reasonable wind. Then it's Buffalo at Kansas City, with the Chiefs favored 2, going for a 3rd straight Super Bowl and their 5th Super Bowl appearance in the last 6 years. Good grief. Anyway, Kansas City Sunday, the high is going to be 34, but the wind is not going to be brisk. I keep waiting for the clock to strike 12 for the Cinderella from Washington. They've now won 7 in a row. Early in the season, they lost to Philadelphia 26-18, but then got their revenge during this 7-game win streak, beating the Eagles 36-33. It's just hard to analyze this game for me. But the one real edge I see is Philadelphia's ability to run the ball with 2 people, obviously Saquon Barkley, but also Jalen Hurts. This line opened Philadelphia favored by 6, and the Washington money poured in. The line dropped to 5.5, 5 to 4.5. That's where it stopped. And now the line has gone all the way back up to 6 as the Philadelphia money has rolled in. For me in this game, I have a sort of a moderate lean to Philadelphia. But you know what bothers me a lot about this game? Washington doesn't have any understanding it's not supposed to be here. Now, Buffalo and Kansas City, they are supposed to be here. Buffalo's been trying to get rid of ghosts for seasons past, and they're going to try to get rid of them again. In the 55 years since the AFL and NFL merged in 1970, Buffalo has never won a Super Bowl. In the last 5 years, Buffalo's made it to the playoffs every year. And you know what? They've won at least one game in those playoffs every year. But in 2020, they lost the AFC title game at Kansas City 38-24. And the next year, in 2021, they lost the divisional playoff game at Kansas City in overtime 42-36. Then in 2023, they lost the divisional round again, 27-24 to Kansas City. And here they are again this year in Kansas City. Is this the year for the Buffalo Bills? Or is this simply another year of pain for the Buffalo Bills? Kansas City is not as dominant this season as they've been in the past. The offense is not quite as explosive, but their defense might just be as good or even a touch better than in recent seasons. And that's a little scary. Silly me, I think this is the year Buffalo breaks through. But then, I've thought that in the past for the Buffalo Bills. I do see the winner of this game going to the Super Bowl, being favored in the Super Bowl, and winning the Super Bowl. But then, I'm also the guy that thought Baltimore was going to win the Super Bowl this year.
Today's episode brought to you by Fluent Financial. Retire sooner, better lifestyle. And by Crest Cars. There's good, there's better, and then there's Crest. And by Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering with Norm Hitzges. If you enjoyed what you heard, please hit follow, and a fresh new episode will be delivered to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you know someone who might enjoy our work, please share it with them. I'm Norm Hitzges, and I'm always just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitchkus, and I'm just wondering too.